Okay.
Woohoo!
Being live streamed. We're doing it on the air.
Live on YouTube.
All right. We're back. We're episode 2 of season 2.
Yay.
Halloween. Whoa, scary. Um, with Iris, the Halloween.
The total dork. That's fine.
And Luke, the complete nonce, because he didn't have
I mean, at least you're wearing black, right?
I am wearing black, and I look
Yeah.
pretty white, so I'm pretty scary anyway.
There you go. You're
Yeah.
just a vampire with normal teeth.
Yes, that's right.
You're undercover.
Black teeth. They're still a bit round, but you know, I'm working on
They're
it.
still growing in, you know?
A vegan vampire. Is that
Yeah.
maybe we can do like a, you know, somebody should write something about vegan vampires.
Yeah.
Very, very confused. Okay. Hey, tell you what, why don't you jump straight in and tell us some of the new books?
Okay. I have a little stack here next to me.
Your stack.
Yeah, a little stack. Okay. So the first book that I want to talk about, I'm so excited about this book. Okay. So this is a book. It's shiny. Look at that. It's called The Sister Who Ate Her Brothers, which is pretty creepy.
Creepy.
Yeah, and it's by Jen Campbell, who did a few events with ABC in the past. She's been our guest at a winter edition of DCC, I think maybe in 2018 or something. And then there is an event that she did in the Amsterdam store, which I think it was like a book signing and Q&A, which was really fun. So she's come out with a new book. I think it's her 10th book, which is wild.
Wow.
And I think people might know her from, what's it called? Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshops. That's her.
Yeah.
That's her. And she's written picture books for kids and poetry collections and short story collections. And then this is basically like...
Keep it still, love. It's all wobbly, isn't it?
I'm excited about it. Okay. It's fairy tale retellings. So there's, I think, like 13 or 14 fairy tales from all over the world that are sort of creepy and dark, and like, because obviously a lot of sort of original, not child-proof fairy tales were pretty dark and like gory. And I think that I haven't read them because I just took it home today, but I think this sort of leans into that aspect, which is great for this time of year.
Okay. So
and it's also just, it's shiny. It's got a little foil. I love a little foil. Oh, look at that.
Foily and shiny.
And love it.
It's about a sister who ate her brothers, which I'm a bit scared now.
Yeah, you should be.
Am I? Yes, exactly.
No, I'm really excited about it.
Okay. Well,
yeah. Oh, and I should maybe like find a page to show, because it has really beautiful illustrations by Adam D'Souza, whose style I really love. Let me just find something that's not like
show us
too dark so that you can actually see it. Because obviously there are a lot of like gloomy images. Look at that.
Ooh.
Isn't it cool?
It's a half mermaid. Is that the sister? Or is that just a mermaid hanging out with the killer whale?
Yeah, I don't think this is from the title story. No, this is The Princess Who Ruled the Sea. It's an Inuit story. How cool is that?
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
I see it's hardcover, and I see we've got a price of €20, which is pretty damn good for a hardcover. So
it is, and it's big as well. I don't know if the price is correct. I already took the tag off.
Okay. Well, I'm looking at it here. I'm looking at it. I'll show the folks.
Yes, show the people.
I'll share my screen, and I will say desktop too. No, I will not. I will say this is the Firefox. And then you see on our abc.nl site, I always think it's so cool we have abc.nl.
I know.
Yeah, we got that one. abc.nl. And then you'll find it under the books tab. Down on the left-hand side here, you've got highlights by collection, and it's ABC Star Picks 2021. That's all of the stuff we got now. And Sister Who Ate Her Brothers is on the list, and for €20. So put that in your cart and order it. Or have you got in your cart and order it, mate? Just come out this month. Get your creep on. These are all the previous the lists of previous books that we've had on our shows as well. So if you want to check that out, you can do
You
that.
can also watch back the previous episodes of this delightful show on our YouTube channel,
which we're live channeling right now, and it's going to be stay up there. It's going to be stay up there, boy, and you can watch it. You can press the button.
What is happening?
I have no idea.
All right.
I've either offended everyone or no one.
Yes, yeah. Or both, miraculously. Okay.
Same time.
Shall I move on to the next book?
Sounds like a good idea.
Is that okay? Okay, because a similar-ish book that is also really pretty with some foil on the cover, which is obviously my weakness here, is this one. It's Dark Fairy Tales of Fearless Women.
I'm just wondering.
Is it like glary?
No, it's not glary, actually. You've got it. Yeah, if you tilt it slightly, you can see it going whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I'm wondering what you're like when you go to the supermarket. If you see anything with tin foil around it that you just go, oh, I've got to have it.
Not well. No, but I'm a little magpie.
Foil, I've got to have it.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, back to the book. Yes, Dark Fairy.
Yeah, so I ordered this for the mythology section, for which I am the buyer. I haven't looked into it too much, but I saw the cover and I read the title and I was like, oh yes, let me take this home with me. And obviously, because it says specifically dark fairy tales, I figured it would be appropriate for our Halloween edition of this event. And similarly, it has stories from all over the world. It also has some illustrations. They're black and white. I'm also trying to find a nice one. This one is cool. Look at that.
Ooh la la.
So every story starts with like a spread, which is cool.
Oh yeah, and I'm just reading actually from the information on our site. A rich collection of fairy tales, beautifully illustrated throughout, with Joe McLaren woodcuts. So they're done with woodcuts, actually.
Yeah, they look really great. It's I don't know if my camera is good enough to pick this up. Probably not, but you can really see that it's actually woodcuts. It's really cool.
Yeah, exactly.
What is that? Someone made that out of wood.
Someone made it, and apparently it's stitched together. It's got stitching in there as well. It says this book is stitched together like a series of. Oh, I shouldn't have started that. Scheherazade stories. Good Lord.
Yeah, so that's Arabian Nights, right?
Good.
Arabian Nights. Oops. I think I might have just gotten us a copyright strike. Anyway. Sorry, Disney, I love you. Yeah. So I think what that means is that they're all sort of connected, the stories, but I'm not sure because I haven't read it yet, but I really want to.
I'll read it a little bit. It says, this global feast of ancient tales features valiant women overcoming every kind of obstacle and danger to fulfill their destinies. Traveling through Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, North America, and the Pacific. So shudder, cheer, and laugh out loud as heroines deal with trolls. Hey, that sounds like today's stories. Fairies, dragons, and ghosts. Also, I suppose.
Sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah. Admire their knowledge, wit, and cunning. Okay. So there you go.
Really good.
Yeah, indeed.
And then the next one that I'm not sure if it really ties in, but it does cover-wise. When I mention it is the Haunting Season, which just came in today, actually. Look at how shiny it is.
So, yeah.
So it's a collection of short stories. It says Ghostly Tales for Long Winter Nights. And it drew my attention initially because one of the authors who contributed to it is Natasha Pulley, who was our guest at DCC 29? No. At some point, she was our guest at DCC.
Right.
And it was really fun.
And her book, is it the Watchmaker?
Yes. Of Filigree Street.
Yeah, which I actually have here. I've still got to read it. And
Yay. Yeah, so I met her when she did DCC with us, and she is delightful. She is such a nice person. And then I started following her on social media, and she's hilarious.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Yeah, she's very funny in like a sort of self-deprecating way, but also like genuinely just really funny. So I saw this this book that she contributed to, and I was like, I might have to check that out. And also there's some other big names in here as well, like Andrew Michael Hurley, who wrote the, what's it called? The Lone? Well,
I don't know.
there you go.
Yes.
And Bridget Collins, who wrote The Betrayals. It's some really sort of,
So
I feel like it's sort of the same generation of authors. I don't know if I'm explaining that correctly.
yeah,
But
no,
The Haunting Season, it looks really pretty too.
yeah, we're getting some pretty things. I'm not seeing that on the
I think it's because gift season is coming up and people are making beautiful covers. Just
it looks like it. They found a sort of a way, this sort of like dark with the silver, and always looks good on your shelf. So it's a nice,
yes.
nice.
I mean, it's also very appropriate for this time of year, right? Sort of moody.
Yeah, stocking fillers. Although you gotta have big stockings, of course. And we wear small stockings. So that one is €23 apparently, and that comes in hardcover.
Yep, that's true. $22.99.
Good, eh? And the other one you just showed, the Dark Fairy Tales of Kittens, is €20. So actually, all three books are around €20. That one's just a little more expensive, and all nice hardcovers. So
yeah, very affordable. This one has a dust jacket as well, which I love. Love me a good dust jacket.
Which book? Which book? Can't see.
Oh,
it.
sorry.
Yes. Haunting Season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the end papers are a really nice. It probably doesn't show up well in this lighting, but a really nice sort of warm yellow. It's really cozy.
Orangey here.
Yeah,
like,
no.
But
it's yellow.
yeah, there you go. Whatever.
Yeah. And then the final book that I sort of feel like ties in with this whole situation, I don't have a physical copy of, but it's Horseman by Christina Henry, because Christina Henry is an author who also does a lot of retellings of, for example, she did the, I think it's called the Alice Chronicles, or the Chronicles of Alice, which is a dark fantasy, sort of like gory trilogy inspired by Alice in Wonderland. And then she wrote Lost Boy, which is inspired by Peter Pan. And then this one, Horseman, was inspired by The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Ah, yes, indeed. A Tale of Sleepy Hollow, it says upon the front there.
See, I'm not lying.
You're not lying. You know where it's at. We've actually sold a lot of those other books from her. We still have them actually a lot in the science fiction, which is weird because it's kind of not really science fiction, but anyway, one of those crossovers.
Some of them are sort of, I mean, it's sort of in the gray area between horror and fantasy. I think in The Hague we have different editions in different sections, because you have the sort of more dark, like creepy covers, and those are the ones that I buy for the horror section. And then in the fantasy section, we have the more sort of just pretty editions.
Indeed, yes, the more acceptable ones for science fiction people. And actually in Amsterdam, actually the horror section is right opposite the science fiction. So
right
around, and if you're going for horror, then you're quite close anyway.
Yep, it's similar in The Hague. because I'm the horror buyer, and then science fiction is my neighbor on one side, and then crime is my neighbor on the other side.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun.
With those there. In fact, that's again another thing in the last at least 10 years, I suppose, maybe 5 to 10 years. I see more of a crossover between crime and science fiction and horror. It gets a bit vague, and we've talked about it before, where sometimes you have a book, and if you don't know where to place it, customers don't know quite what to make of it, and they won't buy it. Unless a well-known, unless it's well covered. Again, you can tell a book by its cover, because that's the only way you know what you're getting. And in this case, like you said, there's two versions of a cover. Then one's more science fiction acceptable for normal people, as it were.
Normal people.
Normal science fiction people, and the abnormal science fiction people, the dark horror lovers, get the dark horror cover. Yeah, I always found that kind of weird, but it's I've gotten used to it now.
Well, but I mean, people also have different preferences, right? Like some people just like a certain style over another one, and that's also perfectly fine. And if, like, obviously we can't have all versions of all titles on our shelves, but if there's room to experiment with that a little bit, then why not?
Well, one thing, I'll say it right here, is that we can always get, most of the time, any copy that people want. So if you find a copy on the shelf and you say, oh, I want another copy, which we get regularly, customers wanting a specific one, we can always order it, and usually takes 2 weeks at the most. to come in.
Yeah, especially if you have like the whole series in a certain edition and you want them to match, like that's people are always a little bit awkward about it, like, oh, I'm so sorry, but like that's totally fine, you know, we can just order it for you, no biggie.
As book lovers too, we totally understand that.
I get it. Yeah,
we totally get it. The annoying thing is, of course, sometimes it's not anymore, it's not available anymore, where again we have a way of checking secondhand if we can get like an older copy to finish off the series, which is nice.
The most annoying thing for me personally is when it's not available yet. So like if I'm waiting for like the smaller paperback edition or whatever, and I get so impatient, but I want my series to match. It's a real dilemma.
Actually, I'm just seeing that this one, The Horseman, I've still got it up on the shelf. I've got it up on the screen here. Or paperback, and that's kind of an interesting thing which people don't always know, understand, or realize what it's about. Usually, that means that there's a special edition for us, being the ABC in Holland, that we can maybe get an early copy of the book where it's not actually available yet in England or America. And that's kind of funky. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And that usually happens once, you know, we can order it once or maybe twice if we're lucky. And it's no longer available. So they do a very small print run, I think, that's export only. And in this case, this book, The Horseman, is €14 and it's a paperback. And so if you're quick, then you can get them.
Snatch it up.
Yeah, before the Christmas. And it looks like a nice nice addition to what she's done. It looks different. This version anyway looks different from the other copies that I know as far as the front cover is concerned. But
the ones that I think the ones that I got don't look like the image that I just saw. It's sort of like cream colored and it has like red details. She's also got a book called The Ghost Tree and it looks like that, but it's very pretty.
It sounds a bit more like the ones about the Alice and like that. So, in the same genre.
It's really nice.
Ooh, okay, that's nice. And also, you mentioned on the last one you could get a hold of I think it was Dark Fairy Tales for Fearless Women, and have you can wrap it up for Christmas. And we were talking just before we started about that, so we'll just throw that in as gift shopping. It is going to be November next week.
I know, what the hell.
Yeah, Christmas coming. Christmas coming already.
I mean, we've got Thanksgiving coming up.
That's right. Well, we've actually Halloween is tomorrow.
No, the day after. Sunday is Halloween.
Okay. I
know these things. I'm a pumpkin.
Yeah, of course. Never. I'm a Brit. I don't do those things. Or at least I was a Brit when I left England. Halloween was kind of ish a bit.
Sure.
All the time now, but no, I don't do that. But anyway, got that, and then we got Thanksgiving, which is the last Thursday of November.
I think it's the 25th or something.
25th of November sounds good to me.
Ish.
And then we give away books for 10% less, and if you've got a discount card, you get 10% of that. So it means if you've got a discount card with us, or you get a discount with us anyway, you're going to get an extra 10% discount, which is 20% overall. Ooh la la! And if you haven't got a discount card, you can always get one from us. €7 for a year from the day you buy it, and you get 10% off everything. Or if you're a student, you get it for free. Or if you're a teacher, you get it for free. Or any other reasons why you would get
senior.
Oh yeah,
senior discount.
Above 65. If you've got an Amsterdam Studs pass, is there a Den Haag one we do as well? I think.
I don't think The Hague has like a Studs pass, but I'm not sure. I don't live in The Hague.
Check in The Hague shop and they will let you know. So
I mean, I think you can find it on our website as well under like info. There should be more information about all the different discounts.
Check it. Okay.
But the moral of the story is that there's a lot of discount on Thanksgiving. So buy some books for less money.
And what you said was because we're having some difficulties with the what do you call that? The
supply chain. I don't think you should say that we're having difficulties with the supply chain. It's just that there's supply chain issues and we happen to be part of the supply chain. Like it's not just us.
Yeah. it ends up being that we can't always get the books in the shop, but what you can do is you can buy the books now, order them now, get ready for Christmas. Yeah,
Just buy the books, man. You know you want to.
there you go. They'll be sorted for the Christmas period.
Just get them.
You know you want to.
No, but seriously, like if you already know that you want to buy books for people, or if you're like, I think I want to buy some bookish gifts, but I'm not sure yet, just come into the store. There's 3 stores. Come into one of our stores, have a little look, and then buy some books. And then you already have them. And then come, December, you're not going to be freaking out that the book you wanted is not available and you don't have enough time to look for something else.
Yeah. Don't be one of those people the last week of December going,
oh God,
books.
But I need it tomorrow. I'm really sorry. It's not going to happen.
Be one of those good people who orders it 2 months in advance. It'd be fantastic.
I mean, it's good for you, but it's also good for us. And also, think of how good you're going to feel when you've got it all. It's all done. We're going to wrap it. So beautiful.
We're going to wrap it real pretty.
Yeah, a little sticker on it, a little ribbon maybe. Go all out. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do the whole shebang.
Yeah, the whole enchilada. It's just going to be really beautiful. And then you're going to have all your gifts, and then you're going to have such a relaxed December.
Smooth.
Maybe I should start on my gifts.
Hey,
I'm going to do that. I'm just going to get them next week.
You see, we sold it so well that you're going to do what you
I convinced myself.
Convince yourself. We're great sellers. Amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So that was that. Oh, talking of the 3 shops, you also mentioned that. So because we had 4 shops. We had a pop-up shop in Amstelveen for the last year and a half, and that was really good fun. And that was just south of Amsterdam. Even through the crazy crisis that we went through, we had the shop open quite a lot, and we connected up with people who were down Amstelveen way, and that was really, really nice. But all good things come to an end, they say, something like that. So we've
sure someone said it like that at some point.
All things that stop at some point. I don't know. So our Amstelveen has unfortunately come to an end as well. It was always just meant to be a pop-up shop. Apparently somebody else wants the shop, so we had to give it up. So we're not there anymore, but we of course have got our new shop, which is the permanent shop in LEIDSCHENDAM.
Yes, in the Westfield Mall of the Netherlands.
Which is not far out from, because people might be going like, where is that? And I thought that too when I first heard of it. But it's actually within distance of Den Haag, The Hague, on a tram and on a bus maybe as well.
Probably.
Yeah, but the tram.
I always take the tram.
Yeah, go straight there. And it is like the biggest shopping mall in Holland. And it was like, it's kind of
huge. People keep asking me like, do you know where this store is? And I'm like, I have no idea. This place is so big. I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's like a TARDIS.
Well, I mean, it's also pretty big on the outside. It's just really big in general. It's just a big mall.
It's like a TARDIS on the inside and the outside.
Yes, it's like a TARDIS if both the sides of the TARDIS were the inside of the TARDIS. It's big on all sides.
On all sides, indeed.
It's just huge. But it's really fun. It's good fun.
I have to get down there sometime and see it.
It's really nice that it's especially now that it's like the dark half of the year and it's like really rainy all the time and windy and stuff. It's nice there's just a lot of stuff indoors and you can like make a day of it and you can eat there and you can go to all these different stores, and some of them are even like unique to the mall. There's some stores that aren't anywhere else in the Netherlands except in the mall, so that's fun as well. And then you can come to ABC and buy some books.
Yeah. Where are we on the mall? Are we on the second floor or first?
No, we're on the ground floor. If you come in through the main entrance, it's pretty much like the first sort of hallway that you enter. It's like a collection of sort of smaller shops.
Which
if you come in through the main entrance and you go to the right, you'll see our sign.
Ah, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Got to find it. And have you actually been to the Amstelveen shopping mall?
No, I've never been.
Okay, because for me the shopping mall in Amstelveen is something that I could handle. It's like it's all on one level and it's a bit going through, sections, and
Sure.
and I find I feel like I'm inside, as it were. I feel like it's all, but I get the feeling that the shopping mall, this shopping mall in LEIDSCHENDAM, has a different vibe to it, that you don't really feel so much that you're inside and it's claustrophobic.
No, it's not claustrophobic at all, but it's sort of split up into different like wings. So it's different streets basically. They also have street names, like we have an address there. So it's really it feels like you're just walking through streets. It's just that they happen to have a roof over them, but there is like daylight coming in places and stuff. It's not like gloomy.
I think that's going to be a big difference. That's the feeling from it, that it's more than just my and perhaps other people's concept of a shopping mall.
Sure.
And of course, it's not a very European thing. We see it lots in American shows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's always just that little bit. So go check it out, folks.
Yeah. Come visit us in LEIDSCHENDAM. Why not? You need to get your holiday gifts anyway.
Do, like the hat I'm wearing. I assume that hat is available in the ABC. Can they buy that hat in the ABC or not?
No, it's just for staff.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty old.
Okay. It's pretty. It's pretty. I mean, it's scary. Pretty scary.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a bit scared of you right now.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so have we got any more? You've got a few more titles that I see on your list here. Do you want
on the list?
The list. The Girl Who Died by Ragnar. Oh, by Ragnar Johnson. Oh,
that's the author.
The Girl Who Died by Ragnar Johnson. Jonassen.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it. He's Icelandic, apparently, but that's something that Simona suggested. For those of you who sometimes visit our The Hague store, you might know Simona because she works in our The Hague store.
Oh no.
And she's really like getting into Icelandic sort of crime and thriller authors at the moment. So one of the titles she suggested is The Girl Who Died by Ragnar Jonasson. I don't know.
Yeah.
It has like I don't know.
Ragnar Jonasson.
Yep.
Jonasson. I don't know.
Sorry, Ragnar.
Sorry, yes.
Anyway, so it's about
this.
Okay, so this is what Simona says, right? It's about a woman named Una, who takes a job as a teacher in Iceland, in like this little remote village with like a handful of people who live there, and it's really dark all the time because it's the end of the year and it's Iceland, so there's not a lot of like sun hours. And then she's staying in the attic of this house, and in this house at some point this girl died apparently, but Una keeps seeing the girl, and nobody really wants to talk about it, so it's kind of a little mysterious what's going on.
I'm a bit scared already.
It does sound kind of creepy. I don't think it would be for me, but like Simona really loves it.
It's funny because it reminds me of a sort of a horror story I saw as a play in London.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point they clap the door, and you completely jump out of your chair, it's scaring as hell. And it's I forget the name of the play, but I just remember being very, very scared. And it was about.
It must be so much fun to do, to know that everybody's going to jump out of their skin.
Exactly. Oh. Wait for it, and they're all looking out, seeing who's going to poop themselves. It's a sort of classic case of actually being in a remote place and an old, with history and stories, and trying to work out who the dead person was and what happened to them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the like Nordic noir is a very big deal in general.
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like recently, because it's mostly been like Norway and Sweden, but recently there's more Icelandic authors who are sort of joining in, which I think is fun. I think Iceland is a cool country.
I guess
I've never been, but I want to go.
We're not us.
Yeah, that's how they sound.
My kind of Icelandic, I have no idea. Just sounds to me, anyway. But The Girl Who Died by Ragnar Johannesson. and that is actually a paperback. So for €17, Teacher Wanted at the Edge of the World. Ooh la la. Yeah.
That's scary.
Some of the villagers must have blood on their hands. ... So there you go.
Yeah,
Classic,
it does sound proper creepy, doesn't it?
scary stories. Yeah, for this Halloween time of year, I think that's good.
Yeah.
And then I see we've got Creepy Cross Stitch.
Yes, that's so much fun. It's a crafts book, so I am the buyer for the crafts section, among other sections. Right. I think I've talked about this before, but I'm just going to say it again. Something that is really fun, that I think is really fun, is that I buy for such a variety of sections. So like there's horror, but there's also crafts. And obviously those are sort of there's not a lot of overlap in like readership. Yeah. So when my books are being unpacked and like my stack, sometimes you get this really funny mix of like super dark, gory shit, and then some like knitting instructions, on top of it. It's just something that always sort of tickles me. But then this book, Creepy Cross Stitch, sort of does both, because it's like cross stitch instructions, but it's like little ghosties and little pumpkins and little black cats.
The screen again, yeah, because you give the people
freaking adorable. It's so cute.
So you got a little ghosty on the front here.
Yeah.
You're just being ghost-like.
Yeah, so it's a bunch of that. It's just really adorable, and it's also because the like sort of witchy aesthetic is really popular at the moment, and I feel like this ties in pretty well with that.
Actually, so I thought, yeah, you could use this obviously if you're into cross stitchery yourself, but also if you wanted to give your either a grandma giving her niece or nephew or whoever a gift, to say, oh look, I bought something nice. I know you're into creepy stuff, but this is my thing. Or the other way around, to give your grandma this and say, oh, would you make this for me in a cross stitch?
Exactly. How cool is that?
A stitched hat or something like that, or I don't know if you can wear cross stitch stuff, but yeah, it could be all different.
Yeah, or if you're thinking about picking up a hobby like maybe cross stitch, but you're like, I don't want to make all the boring like twee stuff. I want to make something cool. Then you can make a little ghosty.
Yeah.
It's just really cute. It's not like a huge like bestseller or anything, but like it came in and I thought, I want to include this. It's just so adorable.
Okay, there you go. That's €25 for that one. That's fun. BP Cross Stitch, 25 spooky projects to haunt your halls.
Yeah, that's really adorable.
Any more? I see what we're coming to the end actually. So at 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Yeah, the one thing I wanted to mention, it's not like new releases, but there's a few cool new editions out of some classic Stephen King titles. There's it's two sort of series. There's the chilling classics and the iconic stories. And they just look really nice. I put a few of them in the highlight, the staff picks highlight, because I obviously couldn't add all of them because there's like 15 of them. It's some of them are novellas that have never been published as like standalone books before, so that's pretty cool. But also they look really nice. They have this really they're very colorful, which is quite unusual for the horror section can get a little gloomy. There's a lot of black.
Yeah.
But these are really, really pretty. I really like the lettering, and then the covers are all like yellowish and orangish and purplish. It's just really pretty. And then the spines are really bright. So it's also nice if you have them spine out. They really pop out.
They fit together. Yeah. I've got the body I'm showing at the moment here.
Yeah.
The back version.
My favorite is the mist with the octopus on it. I don't know if I put that in the.
I didn't see the Firestarter. I don't see the mist, but
I think it was the mist. Did I put that in the
highlight? What?
Ah, there it is. Yes.
That was so high. Oh yeah.
Purple one.
There you go.
Yeah.
The mist.
With the tentacles.
Oh yeah. Purpley.
But I think the colors are really pretty.
Okay. The iconic
nice, right?
Series. Nice one.
So, it's not like a huge deal or anything, but I just thought, anybody who likes Stephen King might want to know that this is a thing that is out there now.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, it says here this one is a novella, So I'm wondering that also that they weren't, that was part of a bundle before, and now it's sort of
Yeah, exactly. Some of them are now for the first time
yeah,
separate books, which is also pretty cool. But
Yeah.
if you go to the, can you go to the highlight that is called Stephen King reissues? Because then you can see all of them.
Highlights by collection was zip down.
Yes.
Stephen King reissues. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, look at that. Woof. There you got it. Oh yeah.
Aren't they just so pretty all together?
Yeah. 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 They got a sort of, I don't know, 70s, 80s feel about them.
Yeah.
Something funny.
Yeah. And it's also because some Stephen King titles have obviously been around forever. And so the covers are just a little bit outdated, you know, they're not as eye-catchy anymore in comparison with a lot of new releases. So I really like that these are, especially in terms of color, quite different from everything else that's in the section. They really pop out, which is really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. Is like when you've got someone like that with so many amazing books, huge library, which there are not that many authors that write so much.
No.
That is good. And then it's like, how do you repackage it, as it were, to make them fit together as well after so long?
Yeah.
And this is a perfect way of doing it, actually.
Yep.
Don't know how long they're going to stay in this section, whether it's going to, or stay in this style, of course, edition. So it could be just
a few years back you had the Halloween editions, which was 8 or so Stephen King titles that they reissued in sort of matching Halloween editions, which were also really nice. And now there's this.
Right. Is this all of them here? Because I've got like
yes.
Yeah.
13. Yeah, I think it's 13-ish or so.
Yeah, 13 stories. Okay, so that's also doable. Because it's the other thing is I'm thinking if there's like 50 books, you're not going to buy.
Yeah. There's no end to it.
Yeah, exactly. A collectible thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Looking good.
Right.
Ooh. Also something, I suppose, if you want to ask for a present for yourself, for somebody, if they go, oh, what would you like for Christmas? And there you go.
A pretty book, please.
Pretty book. Pretty Stephen King book. So I think, yeah, they're a fantastic list of books.
Aren't they just?
Iris the Incredible.
Thank you.
They're good. And we'll say also up and coming in the American Book Center in the coming months as well. Because
what are we up to?
What are we up to?
What are we up to?
Because we tonight we've got this live that, and hopefully people will look back at it and go, I want that book. And I know how to get it too. You'll find us on abc.nl. You can ring us. You can come in. You can knock on the door. We're in The Hague. We're in Amsterdam. We're in LEIDSCHENDAM. And next week, Friday, I'm going to be doing the open mic online again.
So that is November 5th or something?
It is November remember the 5th of November.
Hey.
That is, do you know what that is?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
I know what that is. I read books.
Go on. Tell me what it is.
Guy Fawkes Night.
Yeah. Guy Fawkes Night with a conker in his nose. And tried blowing up Parliament, didn't he? But he failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like the British. You know, the French, when they do it.
And now they set him on fire every year, don't they?
Yeah. In England, they fail every time, and then they just set him on fire just for a laugh and go, ha ha, Guy Fawkes messed up. Silly boy. Although probably people are thinking right now, it would have been better if he'd actually blown it up. But never mind. Hey, maybe somebody, that will be a good modern day story. Someone trying to do what Guy Fawkes did. There you go.
That is pretty interesting.
And
someone should write that. The idea is out there now. Please write this book for us. Thank you.
No, or some mega film. I want the rights to the film.
Well, then you shouldn't have put it on YouTube.
Oh, damn. Just
checking the date, because that's what we're doing.
It is Friday the 5th, yeah.
See?
Big apologize to everybody who turned up last time and wasn't there, because I completely forgot, because I was a bit out of my head. So apologies for that. But we are there next Friday, and that's going to be from 6 o'clock. You can find the link on our abc.nl page, on our events page. It's not there yet, but it will be. And just click in there, and then you've got an hour and a half to sing a song, tell your story, read your poem, present your book.
Do a dance.
Do a dance. You coming next week to do a dance?
No.
Or just come along and watch, because it's also good to watch. And we do tend to have a bit of a discussion if people like what they're hearing. So it's a little different from being live in the shop. And I think soon-ish, probably next year, we'll be back in the shop doing it live, but we're doing it online for now anyway.
Yeah.
And next week, Saturday, in the NRSA, the newspaper, with Natalie. Our Natalia has got her list of books that she.
Yeah, except it's the Volkskrant.
And it's the Volkskrant, not the NSA. So don't pick up the NSA. Pick up the Volkskrant. It's good.
Yeah.
Just testing you. Did it say Volkskrant?
Wonderful.
All right then. I didn't see that at all. Oh yeah, Volkskrant, November. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a bunch of booksellers from different bookstores who like alternate. And it's her turn. She's up again, and then I think she compiles a little top 10, and then they ask her some questions about it, like, why do you want to talk about this book, Natalia? And then she tells them.
And she tells them, like the lady is.
Does she tell them? Oh boy.
Whoa. So she's good.
I always really like it.
Yeah. Well, they look.
I follow her on Instagram. She has a bookish Instagram account. So sometimes I've already like seen her rave about certain books, but it's also really nice to see her do it in a national newspaper.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, right?
I think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
She does it once a month, I think. That's what it is. So like you said, yeah, that they roulette. Roulette? Yes, roulette. Not the Russian sort, just the normal sort.
Just the bookseller sort.
Yeah. And yeah, she's really up there. Her sections are, what are sections? She does
I don't work in Amsterdam. I don't know. She buys for romance.
She does romance, but she does fiction, and she also does the LGBTQI section, Q+.
That's closer than you've ever been, actually.
I'm glad you noticed. I've been practicing for months.
God, I hope that's not true.
Flowing out of my mouth. There you go.
Yeah.
So there are books from that as well, which I find that really interesting as well, to see that's picking up.
Yeah.
And after that, we've got a new lady that's doing our book club. I just read. So again, in the events page on the abc.nl site, you will see, it's not up there yet, but you will see in the next week or so the first of the new book club get-togethers, which.
So that's ABC Book Chats, right?
ABC Book Chats, yeah. They choose a book and then they will they'll talk about that, discuss that book, and it has been online, and there's discussion whether we do it carrying it online right now or do it in the shop. So, but keep your eye out for that. That's going to be.
I think a lot also depends on how, not to get too into it, but on what exactly is going to be said next week in the press conference.
Yeah.
Things might change. We don't know yet, so it's hard to make decisions about it right now. Exactly.
I think, but most people are kind of like sensible about it. We know it's kind of, we have to hear what the government says about it. We're going into, we're getting high figures at the moment. It's getting into the dark days, all of that. So prepare for changes. But we roll with the punches, and it will happen either online or live in the shop. Online is easier actually if you're further away. That's what I find.
Yeah, in a way it's more accessible because people don't need to like come into the store. They can just sit in their sweatpants.
Exactly.
In their own home. I may or may not currently be wearing sweatpants. You don't know.
I'm not standing up either.
Yeah, there we go.
Right. So did we touch on everything? I think
so.
Yeah. We just have to say we are back again at the end of next month. Yes. This happens one time at the end of the month, and the end of next month.
Oh God! So next time we'll be post Thanksgiving.
You're right, actually.
Oh my Lord!
The Thanksgiving's on the 24th of November. I'm looking. Oh no, sorry, 25th of November.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, you and I will be doing the 26th of November, the Friday.
Wow, God, we'll be so tired.
It's kind of crazy because then the week later you've got like the 5th of you've got Sinterklaas.
Yeah.
And then we'll be.
And also DCC is somewhere around that time.
Yeah.
It happens, like if there's not going to be,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
events aren't going to be canceled.
I think that's a week before, if I'm vaguely.
Yeah, I think 23-ish. That's what I've got. We should have probably thought about this.
Well, that's true.
before,
Tell the
but-
people we're going to DCC. What is
Yeah.
DCC? They say it's the Dutch Comic Con. It's going to occur in Utrecht, as is usual. And in the Utrecht, what's the big hall there? It's
The
by
Jaarbeurs.
Jaarbeurs in Utrecht.
The Jaarbeurs.
Jaarbeurs. You go to
Oh my God.
Jar.
The Jaarbeurs. Oh, Jesus. This is going way off the rails.
Sorry.
Anyway, we'll be at DCC.
We will.
It's going to be fun.
We always do it.
Yeah.
And we have a very large plot of land and loads of books and games.
Real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah.
And real estate, virtual estate, real estate.
Real, so
so
real.
come check us out there. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is always fun. It's, I mean, it's a lot. It's big.
It is massive.
But it's fun. Yeah, I think this year they've gone even bigger. Not more stands, but just more surface area so that it's easier for people to spread out as well, which is nice.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's really
I mean,
smart.
If you think about it, it's the first time they're going to be doing this in a year and a half, 2 years really, because last year they couldn't. So
Mhm.
it goes ahead. There's going to be a lot of people wanting it just to get in
Mhm.
the vibe, because I think it's that vibe thing, you know, getting there and seeing other people and yeah.
It's also something that you can't really get anywhere else. Like you can't, if you don't have a con, there's not something that you can really do to replace that energy.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
And there was another one in Amsterdam just before the coronavirus crisis came along, that was just starting up. So that filled in every 6 months, but
Mhm.
that hasn't happened either. So there's been absolutely nothing for no
Mhm.
ones. So all the gamers have been going like, give me my stuff, give me my stuff.
Yeah.
Are you going to be going?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I haven't had a look. I don't know if the schedule's been released for that week yet.
Okay.
Probably not, but I think I mean I've been there every year until now, and the winter editions as well. I've never missed one.
Yeah.
One year I had a bookcase collapse on me. That was fun. That was my first DCC actually.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. We still had the wooden bookcases because now we have the really nice cardboard, like easy to build up ones.
And if they
We
fall
still
on you,
had-
it doesn't hurt that much.
Well, it was loaded really full with like the big heavy like movie books. So the big like coffee table books. And then I was putting something on like one of the lowest shelves, and then the top shelf broke. And then so all the books came crashing down, and so all the shelves broke and like they fell on me.
Oh my God.
So my forearms were really bruised.
I mean,
And then the days
everybody
after
should-
that, when I was working in the store, every time I would give people their change, they would see my very bruised forearms. It was a little bit awkward, but I mean, I was fine, but it was a lot.
Yeah. Did somebody dressed up as Spider-Man or Superman come along and pick up the case off your or?
I mean, we weren't like the con wasn't open when it happened. We were still building up.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, which is, I guess, the best case scenario, but
Yes, but well, yeah.
it was
still-
pretty intense.
Yeah. Ooh la la. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing, just to let the people off in a good style.
Sorry.
Are you going to have a good Halloween?
I am.
Good.
I've actually got Halloween. It's not Halloween specific, but I've got plans that happen to be on Halloween. And it's going to be great.
Great.
So,
Go ahead.
you know.
I'm going to be a non-Halloweeny person,
Mhm.
that sort of thing. But enjoy your Halloweeny thing.
Thank you.
And we'll say thanks to Iris, thanks to me, and thanks to ABC, and we'll be back next month with more groovy titles for the Christmas. Yeah.
More books, more banter, more bullshit. Nothing.
More blah 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 blah. Yes. Okay.